Yeah, Mewtwo's hitbox, or Mewtwo in Smash 4, when he first came out, he was, the way he was advertised, he was a free DLC character if you owned Smash 3DS. He was basically a reward for getting both games. And he came out, and it's always funny because most of the time what happens when a new character comes out is a lot of people want to play that character, right? Hold on, I'm looking for the move tutor. Laverage. What? Laver. That's the move relearner. Dendemil. Where's Dendemil? What the fuck is Dendemil? Hmm? Cormine, Geosenge, Silage, Ambret, Campier, Santaloon, Dendemil. Found it. Okay. We found it. I can't reach it. So how do I beat this? How do I beat this chick? What do I have as an option here to beat her? I don't have a fighting move for, I don't have a fighting move for Gallade. I guess I have Fire Punch, but I lose to it anyway. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. I don't think I need Ice Punch. I mean, Halucha's there. Halucha's there. I don't need Cut for any of them, right? I don't know. Do I need Cut? Who do we have? None of them are weak to grass. No. No, I don't think so. Oh, right. Yeah. HM moves can't you? Okay. This is for Lucario specifically. He starts with Breloom. I don't... Damn, man, I really don't have a... I don't have a sleep berry. I don't have a chesto berry. That's really bad. Alright, well. Let's see what I can buy. Let's figure it out. So anyway, Mewtwo is interesting because, like I said, when a new character comes out, everybody wants to play that character. And obviously Mewtwo was extremely exciting because it's fucking Mewtwo. Like, Mewtwo wasn't in Brawl, and he wasn't in Smash 3DS. But when Wii U came out, it was like, oh, an ability capsule. Nice. Hold on. We're gonna use these right now and figure out what my other abilities are, because Mawile has Intimidate. Yeah, change to Intimidate. Thank you. So what else you got? Swarm? No, Flame Body's better for right now. Multi-scale. Ups defensive suffering. Competitive. I like that more. Steadfast versus Justified. Steadfast is a speed increase when flinched. Justified is an attack increase when hit by a dark type move. I think that's probably better. There's no difference for Yomu. And Suiko can go to Torrent, which I don't want to do. Alright. Okay, that's fine. So I found it funny because we were playing Mewtwo Dittos, right? We played Mewtwo Dittos. And the craziest thing about the character was that he was killing Mewtwo really early. And I was like, holy shit. Mewtwo is so strong. Like, he's so strong. He's killing Mewtwo so early. And the truth of the matter was, he was pretty strong. That much is for certain. He was pretty strong. However, and this is the unfortunate part, it's because he was really light. Mewtwo had so many issues. I don't even remember what all the issues were. But one particularly funny one was that when Mewtwo threw a fully charged Shadow Ball in the air, the kickback from that move could kill him if he did it far enough away from the stage. That motherfucker flew. No joke. He flew. They took that away, but some people thought that that was kind of lame that they took that away because it could have been funny if he had that properly. It could have been a funny thing if he kept that. Oh, I'm just looking at my options here. Halucha's got Fire Punch, but Swords Dance could be helpful. I don't want Cut anymore. I could just go for Swords Dance Shadow Sneak bullshit, but then I lose to Lopunny in that situation because she's part normal. But I don't think I'm clicking Shadow Claw. I'm clicking Aerial Ace for Breloom, and then I'm probably clicking Shadow Sneak to hope to kill something. But I'll want Shadow Claw back later, which it's a TM somewhere. We're gonna do this, see what happens. It may be a bad idea, but I can't get rid of Cut. I thought I could. Let's go back to the Jimmy and figure out what we're doing again. Alright. Here we go. Wait, I have Shadow Claw as a... Did I find Shadow Claw? I think I did. That's why I have it on him anyway, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, I can just give it back to him if I want. Let's go back to the gym. So yeah, Mewtwo was really bad. He had a lot of issues. His weight, obviously, but his moves were bad. They didn't connect properly. They weren't that great, even though it felt like they were great because they killed Mewtwo really early. And he found himself in almost every tier list in the bottom 5. Along with characters like Ganon, Zelda, you know, the obvious characters. I put him in the front, right? I hope I did. I don't think I did. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get spored. The problem is I'm gonna get spored. No matter what I do here. So I wanted a berry. It also has a sash, but then it will just use potions, and I wanted to use the potions on Breloom anyway. So, you can call me a lame wad if you want, but this thing is using Spore, so I'm using my special move. It's called Money, and I'm using a fucking Awakening. Get up. Actually, now that I think about it, it's just gonna Spore me again anyway. So that was pointless. That was completely pointless. Because it's literally just going to Spore me again on the next turn. So I need to wake up naturally. I didn't even consider that when I did it. That's why I wanted the berry, though. So we just got to get hit by its Bullet Seed. Honestly, we could just go for +6 on Breloom. Because the only thing it can hit us with is Bullet Seed. And I don't feel like playing like a nice guy today. We're going to +6 and we're going to kill everything with Shadow Sneak. Or die trying. That's my plan. Unless he sends out Lopunny, in which case I lose instantly to Lopunny. Because I can't hit it with anything but Aerial Ace. But it can hit me with things because it has Scrappy as an ability. So we're just going to click Swords Dance and do our best. I don't have any other answers here, Chad. I'm sorry to say. We're going to have to play like a bit of a lame wad. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Mewtwo was not a good character in Smash 4. At all. He was really bad. But after... He was only free for a certain amount of time. After that, he went on sale as a DLC character for $2.99. And once the price tag went on him, things started to change. This move, stronger. This move, quicker. Less cooldown. So many different things were given to Mewtwo over the patches. So many different things. And then out of fucking nowhere. We got, okay, Abadongo, he's playing Mewtwo. There were other Mewtwo's, but I think Abadongo was the one who really put Mewtwo on people's sites. Character got a bunch of buffs. People were saying the character's definitely looking better, and then he was doing the fucking Nair, drag down, double jump cancel, footstool disable, and getting kills with that. And it was like, okay, Mewtwo went from a bottom 5 character to a pretty comfortably top 10 character. He was good. He was a good character. And then for some reason in Ultimate, they just decided that wasn't okay anymore. They didn't want him to be good anymore. They just didn't. I don't know why. They made him have a larger hitbox. They wanted him a larger hitbox, so they made his ass, like, basically stick out. And because it stuck out, like, you could hit Mewtwo on the tail a lot and hit him in places that, like, you could hit him in a way that no other character would ever get hit at all. Just having Mewtwo try to retreat would get him, like, punished sometimes. And they took away a lot of the strengths, though, that were present in Smash 4 as well. Alright, remember, this guy's got a focus sash. Just gotta wake up one more time. One more time. So yeah, Mewtwo is the greatest success story of Smash 4. Which is crazy because they're the Ding Dong and the Koopa, if you want to call it that. I never liked that name though. Bowser and DK were 2 characters who went from complete obscurity to the most dangerous counterpick characters in the game that you need to be careful of because of how easy, well, not easy, but how dangerous they were. They were very dangerous. He's gonna potion, which is fine. I'm gonna burn a sleep turn. I'm gonna burn 2 sleep turns. Because I'm not gonna wake up this coming turn. Yeah, see? It didn't burn its focus sash is the problem. So I want to put this thing down to a % where I can kill it and then up back up to basically full. The only thing it can do to me is bullet seed. I don't give a fuck about this move. But it keeps sporing me because competitive integrity is dead. You killed it. Alright. Alright, high roll brings it to its sash. Its sash is used up. Now I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna use my super duper potion. Do I have a stronger? I do have a hyper potion. I'm gonna use that so I can be guaranteed at full. Very good. Pretty impressive maneuver they got going on here, huh? Just keep clicking Shadow Sneak until something happens. But no, in Ultimate's case, the most neutered character was definitely Pichu, for all the reasons I mentioned earlier. It's because the character took a lot of nerfs in different ways to a point where it was basically inferior Pikachu. But what made Pichu and Pikachu were quite different in their initial draft, because Pikachu was more balanced. Pichu was more glass cannon, higher risk, higher reward. His moves were stronger, but you had to you died earlier. Pikachu had stronger physical moves. Pichu had stronger electric-based moves, which means Pichu wasn't killing anybody with throws or dash attack or up smash. Pikachu was. But Pichu was killing you with F-tilt and back air and all other kinds of nonsense you could think of at ludicrously low %, because that's just what Pichu did. And he was also very short, and he was hard to hit, just in general. He's very hard to hit. His up B didn't have a hitbox. He had weaknesses, but for the most part, a lot of people hated fighting him because he was extremely fucking slippery and hard to pin down. They hated him. And he got nerfed. He got a bunch of damage reductions, knockback reductions, a size adjustment, so he wasn't as small anymore. And now he's just a fringe pick that you maybe see sometimes by somebody who really and truly believes that Pichu can do it. Here is the Lucario. I'm going to click Shadow Sneak, and if this isn't a 2-hit KO, I have lost. I am so fucking good at this game. Oh my god. I am so good at this game. Halucha? Halucha's got a Flying Gem and Acrobatics. I have a +6 Shadow Sneak. You do not have more defense than Lucario. You are not dead. I'm not dead either. Fuck you. Guess who's using a super potion because I'm made of money? That's right. Wow, she had a hyper potion. Crazy stuff. I'm going right back up to full, bitch. You're gonna kill me anyway, so I'll just click Aerial Ace to get it over with. 5 damage. Goodbye. Critical hit. Didn't matter. Another one bites the dust. Good job, Yomu. Pangoro. I don't know if I am faster than you or not. It doesn't matter. You have Sucker Punch. That didn't do anything. You're dead now. Okay. And another one's down. Surely my entire team doesn't lose to one Pokemon. Yes. Yes. Gallade. You're weak to Shadow Sneak. You know what that means, right, champ? You're dead. Goodbye. I've cheated the game. Low punny. So this is where it gets a little scary. Unless it doesn't kill me or misses high jump kick. Okay, I win. That doesn't kill me. That doesn't even come close to killing me. And now you're dead. Good fucking bye. Let's go, Yomu. Yomu carried the day. How could it be? Oh, I didn't earn that win. Make no mistake, I didn't earn that win. But I'm tired of all their mons being setup mons and her having hyper potions. I played the same game she did. That's all I did. I sat through all those sleep turns. I used a hyper potion and 3 super potions. I don't give a fuck. Finally, a fighting type move for Gallade. Yeah, I'll go up to the I'll go. Yeah, I'll go do it. I'll go do it. Yeah, I can do it. It makes you stronger. Better. Faster. I'll get rid of Swords Dance. Can always give it back later. Okay. Anyway, chat. I don't think there was much else. There was like not a lot of nerfs that happen to characters truly affect their placings. One of the biggest nerfs to actually happen in Smash 4 was they quite literally released a patch that only nerfed Bayonetta. And it didn't matter. Bayonetta was the best character in the game, by far. And then she got a patch dedicated solely to making her not as good. And what happened? The kingdom rejoiced. The witch is dead, they said. Oh man, now we can play our Smashing Brothers game in peace. Yep. That lasted for a grand total of 3 minutes. Oh man, oh man, oh man. 3 minutes, baby. 3 minutes. Now, here's what gave it away for most people. Was the fact that Bayonetta and Corrin came out at the same time. In Bayonetta, people were figuring out how to do 0 to deaths. Like, true 0 to deaths on characters with Bayo in training mode on day 1. What could Corrin do? Who cared? Who the fuck cares? What did Corrin do that Bayonetta couldn't? She had a counter that was insanely strong. I'll give her that. But Bayo... I could tell you all the different things that made Bayo good. But first, this is my favorite song in the game, and you only get to hear it for this. It's actually just a redux of like the gym leader theme, but you only get to hear it during this fight where you just press 2 buttons and you kill the Lucario in front of you. That's it. The tutorial fight. Why is it that they've made a special track just for this fight? I don't know. It pisses me off because I really like it, and you only get to hear it here against successor Corina. You want to battle alongside that trainer. Yeah, okay. We'll battle. Yeah. It's got a mega glove. What will Lucario do? Mega Shinka. Power up Punchy. Activato. What a fun mechanic. She's gonna do it too. Mega Evolution is really cool. And now I win the fight. Bacana! That's it. They Mega Evolve and then they punch each other. Because your Lucario's always faster, you win. What an incredible bond you have. Just punched him. That's it. Alright, chat. Allow me to explain. So here's what Bayonetta had. No. Really? I thought two would make a great team. You want to come anyway? Yeah, sure. Your party's full. Choose a Pokemon to send to the PC box. Okay. Alright, well. No. I have a Lucario already. I like him more than you. Goodbye. So Bayonetta had a jab that was like frame 10. Oh no, that's bad. It was also like one of the only multi-hit jabs that you couldn't get out of, and it did like 20. That's a lot. Her F-tilt was really slow. Oh no, that's bad. That's okay, because her up tilt and her down tilt were all decently fast and comboed into true 0 to deaths. Okay. Alright. So, when Bayonetta's Witch Twist is very good. It's frame 4. It hits on both sides, so you can't cross her up. It's out of shield. Bayonetta discovered how to do a cool trick called the triple jump, where you could input your moves in a way that tricked the game into thinking you didn't use your double jump yet, when you did. So they had 3 jumps. 2 witch twists and 3 jumps. Afterburner kick was a move that had slow startup. Oh no. Unless you did it in the air. But sometimes you could dive kick downwards and kill yourself. Oh no. How could that be good? Well, the astute viewer may realize that, well, most Bayo players did in fact kill themselves by accident a lot. They would also press that button in neutral a lot. You know why? Because grounded afterburner kick could combo into, you guessed it, a true 0 to death. Wow. But streamer, it's not true. If you just break your control stick, you'll get out of it every time. Well, my astute viewer, no you wouldn't. You know why? Because the Bayonetta you're playing is also a human being. And there are ways that they can take into account what the fuck you're mashing, and then change their combo route, adjust for so. Now, what do you want? Here, take this. Okay, thank you. You can travel over water. Okay, so let's talk more about Bayonetta. So here's her Nair. Bayonetta's Nair, which is neutral aerial. For those of you that don't know, it's the neutral air. She spins around, and if you hold the A button, she shoots bullets, which makes the move last even longer, which is great because you can just hit people with that. So that's a fine move. That's the farthest from egregious for sure. Her back air is pretty strong. It's her strongest aerial. Everybody needs a strong aerial. A strong back air is fine. Wait, did I say that was her strongest aerial? I'm lying. Her strongest aerial was actually her down air. Because for some fucking reason, if you landed on stage with it and hit somebody, they could die off the side at 50. Why? I don't know, but they certainly could. That was changed, but it still was really strong. But that was how it was at the beginning. I don't want your laughers, buddy, but I appreciate the offer. Anyway, up air. Now here's the best aerial in the game. Up air was very quick. Very quick. So what does that matter? Because it frame trapped into itself. So the main reason Bayo could kill you off the top so easily is because she could finish her witch twist combos that dragged you up there with her up air that sent you upwards. And what would happen is you would air dodge the up air, but there's no directional air dodge in Smash 4. So you would just fall with a neutral air dodge, and Bayonetta would up air, but Bayonetta's up air ended early enough that you could up air again and catch the ending frames of the air dodge anyway. So her up air frame trapped into itself, and there was nothing you could do about it. You either got hit by the first up air, or you air dodged and got hit by the second up air. Okay. Very good. Good stuff. Good moves. Those are great moves. Let's talk about our other special. Neutral B? Whatever. That's just neutral B. Nothing else needs to be said about that. Witch time. Witch time. That was a counter. If you hit Bayonetta when she witch timed, you would be frozen. Not frozen, but you would be put in slow motion for 3 whole seconds. 3 whole seconds. No matter what button you pressed, you were now timered for 3 seconds. Bayonetta could do whatever she wanted to you. Anything she wanted to you. If you were at 50, she could fully charge a smash attack and kill you because you pressed jab. And she pressed her frame 5 counter. Now here's the best part about that counter. If you can believe it. Oh, you spit up. Here's the best part about that counter. One of Bayo's biggest issues. I use emphasis, issues. Was that the more buttons Bayonetta pressed in the air, the more landing lag she has. This was advertised as a weakness, and it makes sense. So if you witch twist a bunch, if you afterburner kick, if you press a bunch of buttons in the air and you land, Bayonetta would have a lot of lag. You got more lag for more specials. So that sounds good, except none of that lag actually came into effect if she grabbed the ledge, or if she landed with witch time. If Bayonetta landed with her witch time, which by the way makes her go backwards a little bit, she would not have any lag from all the buttons she pressed. She would only have the witch time lag. So what Bayos would do was they would witch time next to the ledge. So they would witch time backwards towards the ledge, and then they would grab the ledge, and then they would not be able to be punished. Witch twist was huge. Afterburner kick was huge. Any attempt at edge guarding Bayonetta usually resulted in you finding yourself off stage. Jumping off stage against Bayonetta was a terrible idea. Pressuring her on the ledge was really difficult because Afterburner Kick was so quick that she could kind of just let go and let it rip and kind of hit you and then, again, convert it into combos. I didn't even talk about the forward air, actually. Her forward air is a 3-hit move where she goes 1, 2, 3. And that move itself is like whatever. The move itself is whatever. The issue is you could chain hits 1 and 2 into themselves. And on a character like Fox specifically, Bayonetta would hit you with forward air 1, forward air 1, forward air 1, and every time she did it, she would get a little bob of aerial momentum. And she could drag characters. She could drag characters like Fox off the side blast zone at any percent. Legitimately any percent, because she just could keep pressing forward air and Fox would always fall back into it and not be able to escape. And you just drag him to the edge of the stage and kill him. And that was the end of old Fox. Oh man. Oh man, dude. This thing has fur coat, doesn't it? Probably. And that's Bayonetta. That was Smash 4 Bayonetta. These are all things that were nerfed in a patch, and it didn't matter because they just found new ways to kill you anyway. They found new ways to kill you, but pre-patch Bayonetta, if you wanted to win, you could win. You could do it. It was within your power. It's like Meta Knight. You ever hear the Meta Knight song, chat? You ever hear the Meta Knight song? Meta Knight the best. That's a good ass song. It's just a song about the best character in Brawl, Meta Knight. This character was very good. Bayonetta was a very, very good character in Smash 4. And there are a lot of mixed opinions about the character. Some people think the character was like the worst thing to ever happen, and the fact that she like she should have been banned kind of deal. Like people didn't like that character. But then there were also a lot of people who did like the character, probably because it let them win when they otherwise never could. But I digress. Anyway, there was this common thing with Bayo. This happened a lot. There was always people trying to downplay how good Bayonetta was by talking about how they found a character who could defeat her. They found it. The sleeper counterpick character for Bayonetta. Everybody always discovered the Bayonetta counter, and it never actually worked out because, surprise, your random mid-tier was not going to just beat the best character in the game. So, a prime example of that, one of my favorite examples of it, this was pre-patch Bayonetta, by the way. Just going to say that right now. Pre-fucking-patch Bayonetta. And this motherfucker had the audacity to say that pre-patch Bayonetta loses to Bowser Jr. Oh man, oh man. He said Bayonetta loses to Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is not a real character in Smash 4. Bowser Jr. was played by effectively one guy before he decided to play real characters and win. And that was Tweak in his early days. He was a Bowser Jr. main. He was really good. But he started playing real-ass fucking characters, and he became very good. But he got called out for it. He got called out for it. Like, what is Blood saying? Because this guy that said it, he's a Bayo player. And he is a Bayo apologist through and through. No, guys, no, she's fine. She's a perfectly fine character. It's no problem at all. You guys are just bad. She's not that good. Cloud's better. Yeah, fuck yeah. But that same Bayonetta player That same Bayonetta player who said Bowser Jr. was a losing matchup for Bayonetta would go on to lose to a Duck Hunt. Pre-patch Bayonetta. And he lost to a Duck Hunt. Basically what I'm trying to say, chat, is that some people have opinions and they're not very good at the game. But they're very opinionated, so they make you think that they are good at the game. But they're not good at the game. They're just loud. They're really loud. You can't call yourself... You can't in any real way, shape, or form consider yourself an authority on the character if you're losing to fucking Duck Hunt with Bayonetta. Now, I'm not saying the Duck Hunt was bad. The Duck Hunt was actually pretty good. He was pretty good. But Bayonetta and Duck Hunt are not even in the same like conversation. There's no universe. There's no universe where those two characters are comparable. Duck Hunt against Bayonetta is a good way to lose everything. You can't do anything to Bayonetta with Duck Hunt. Why am I getting hit by Body Slam? I guess you have Scrappy. How does Bayo versus Bayo go? Well, it's Bayonetta's worst matchup. In fact, Bayonetta players hated the Ditto. Why? I can only imagine why. The last Smash 4 at EVO consisted of Bayonetta versus Bayonetta Grand Finals, to which both players charged their neutral B and did not move for about 45 seconds to a minute. This was EVO Grand Finals for Smash 4, the last EVO Smash 4 there was. And Bayonetta had made her way into top 1 and 2 positions, and both players just held neutral B and did not do anything else. And it was just not a good time. It was probably the most embarrassing moment for the game ever. It was very embarrassing. But they never banned the character. They never banned the character. I think the reason why discussion around the character pretty much abruptly stopped was because Smash Ultimate got announced and people are like, alright, there's a new game coming, so fuck it. But if you were watching Smash 4 tournaments a couple months before Ultimate's reveal, a lot of players were playing Bayonetta at that point. There were a lot of players who were picking her up. And there were a lot of players who were capable of playing her well enough at a level that they could actually like do something with the character. And the character didn't need as much practice as other characters did to start producing results. And that much was very clear based on how many people you didn't even know existed suddenly became top level threats when the character came out. There's a number of them, dude. So now Ultimate's out, and now Steve is the new Bayonetta. Although, from what I understand, Nintendo got involved. Nintendo got involved and said that tournaments cannot ban Steve because fuck you. They refuse. They won't let any tournament ban a character. You can't ban any character at these officially sanctioned events. So no matter what happens with Steve in Ultimate, he's never gonna go anywhere. So if you like Steve or you hate Steve, he's not going anywhere. So take that for what you will. However, in the same vein, Kazuya is not going anywhere either. There are some people who are vehemently against Kazuya, but they are A-okay with Steve. It's kind of funny, actually. Like, there are some people who think that Kazuya is just ruining the game and he's got to go. But they're okay with Steve, because Steve, you know, Steve's not winning everything. Pay no attention to the fact that there is one person who plays Kazuya at a top level consistently. Any other Kazuya you've ever seen has probably been a counterpick character. But he is a mid-level slayer. That's for sure. He's very good against mid-level players who just run into his good move and then they, you know, they die for it. Okay. No, I agree. Steve isn't actually as bad as Bayonetta, but I think he's very boring. I don't like Steve. I think his goofy aspects are just not like funny. So whenever he you know, he goof troops somebody out of a stock, I just kind of roll my eyes about it. So I don't think he's funny. However, I think that Kazuya is very funny. I think Kazuya is very funny. Even though some people would say that he is the worst thing to happen to the game. I mean, some people think it was Pyra and Mithra. Some people think it's Min Min. Some people think it was Joker. Joker used to be the popular punching bag for that. But since then, he's just become a character who exists. But there are 3 or 4 characters in Smash Ultimate, and surprise, they're all DLC, that people have kind of surmised as reason game is awful. Now, not all of them are DLC, I guess. Sonic exists. Sonic is being played at a high level by exactly one guy. It just so happens that this one guy is really good at not engaging when he doesn't have to, and people hate that. People don't like when he doesn't engage. Sonic's the name, camping's my game. A lot of the good characters in Smash Ultimate I don't particularly enjoy. I don't like watching Game & Watch. I think Game & Watch is another, like... Game & Watch is another one of those characters who's, like, he's funny, sort of, but everything he does is obnoxiously good that it's not funny anymore. Steve and Rob are similar. I don't like watching those 3 characters because anytime they do something, it just makes me roll my eyes. To me, they're not funny. They're just annoying. Now, Hero is mad funny, because Hero sucks. Hero is really not that good. He's okay, but he is not that good. He has a 1 in 4 chance sometimes to blow himself up. If he didn't have that, Hero players would be such a fucking masher. They would be so mashy with their menu, but they don't mash their menu because if they did, they'll blow up. I'm trying to catch this thing and it's not staying in the ball. Huh, consider staying in the ball. Where's my critical capture? Come on, Heracross is awesome. Please? Just want to hear the fume. Brother. I'm getting chipped out. Man. I don't think Hero's the worst thing in the world. He's got some silly business, but every character does. Every character's a little silly. The biggest issue that comes from him is the language barrier that tends to happen. This powerful Pokemon thrusts his prize one of its enemies' bellies and lifts and throws them. He's 4'11". Short king energy. What? You can escape. Run away. He still gets to be funny. He gets a pass. Because he's not that good. He's got some good elements to him for sure. And his menu options are pretty heavily loaded. But I personally just think Hero is funny. Because he's not doing anything at a high level. But no, the biggest issue is the language barrier. So, when you're playing Hero, which menu language do you use, right? You use the one you can read. But then there comes a matter of, what if you're fighting somebody who can't speak that language? And they can't read your menu, and they're at a disadvantage. But who, like, what do you do about that, right? And there was actually a conversation about banning Hero for that. In fact, okay. Australia did that. Australia banned Hero. I'm gonna die to a wind move. And they got laughed at for it. They got laughed at for that move. They banned Hero for being anti-competitive. And they got laughed at. Poor Australia. They put a fucking kick me sign on their own back. I'm pretty sure they rescinded that ban. Because I think they were trying to set a precedent. Being like, alright, we'll do it. We hate this character. You should follow suit. But most people were just like, brother. There ain't anything special that Hero will be doing. Like, sure, his menu is random, but, like, so is Game & Watch's side B. And yes, menu is a lot more integral to his game plan than Game & Watch's side B, or even, like, Luigi's side B. But I don't think it's inherently non-competitive. Granted, Whack and Thwack are kind of silly, because there's just, they're also RNG. They can sometimes just kill you because they can just kill you. I don't want to learn Attract. They can do that. But of all the DLC characters, I think Hero is probably the most reasonable. If not the most reasonable, then, like, reasonable enough. I really wanted to get around you, dude. Man. Because, like, Joker was really good. Hero was not that good. Banjo was not that good. Both Banjo and Hero were not very good. They tried their best. They weren't that good. But, what do you call it? Oh. After that was Terry. And Terry is interesting because Terry is not very, like, he's not very common. But he's a fucking gorilla in a hat. I'm not even, oh, you just double crit me, that's cool. I'm not even exaggerating. I know how it sounds, but it's true. Terry is a gorilla in a hat. He's really strong. And some of his moves just have no leg to speak of, for no reason. I don't even know why. But, surprisingly, more people played Ryu and Ken. Even after Terry came out. A lot of people played Terry when he came out, obviously, because new character, new toy syndrome. But there really isn't anyone who plays Terry anymore. The only person who plays Terry is the guy who plays Kazuya. More often than not, he plays Kazuya, and then he only picks Terry if Kazuya is just completely fucking not doing it. It's so weird, because Terry is definitely good. In fact, I'd argue Terry is better than Ryu and Ken. But he's probably the most underrepresented fighting game character. Oh, Psycho Cut, nice. Waiting for that. Auto turnaround is kind of silly as well, because it lets them just kind of... You can get got by accident really easily. You'll roll past them and they'll just down tilt you, and then they'll automatically turn around and you'll get down tilted even though they didn't have to turn around themselves. Alright, well I just got a +2, so I'm gonna click Surf and you're gonna die. It's just that easy. Goodbye! Didn't need the crit. I was hoping that the town is over here. Hoping it's over here. No more trainers. Yeah, Core Marine. Now it's funny, because I feel like most people would probably say... I think most people would probably say that Byleth was the worst DLC character to come out. But they don't say that now because, well, the best player in the world at the time decided to play the character, and he was really good with them. Alright, so this is the motherfucker who's gonna sell me one of these. There it is. Mawilite, baby. Anything you could ever want is all right here. Look at all these rare stones. I will take the cherry berry. Thanks, G. Of course I won't tip. I'll place 1 berry here a day. I now have my magical stone. Here you go. Finally. It'll all be worth it. Yeah, can I have Oh, thanks. It's not helpful, but sure. Yeah, Byleth got patch, like, updates and whatnot, at the very least. But yeah, no, the best player in the world at the time was like, I'm gonna play Byleth, and then Byleth was suddenly a pretty good character. Even though a lot of people joked about Byleth being, he really ain't a DLC character in a lot of different ways. But now he's not considered the worst. And I think a big reason for that is because of TM quiz. Sure. Acrobatics. Acrobatics, TM. The most underwhelming DLC character to come out was Min Min. The way that she was announced and set up was very just afterthoughty. Even just the fact that, like, when it came out, it was like, don't worry, that wasn't part of the 5-pack 2 that we're gonna release. She was just like extra because I don't know why. They were not confident in her at all. And she ended up being one of the most toxic characters in the game. She's not super common, mind you, but she is a character who is exceedingly obnoxious if you've ever fought one. Oh my god, I hate them so much. That character is disastrous. The consequences on that game, oh man. But then after her was Steven Minecraft. And Steven was perfectly fine at first. It's actually kind of funny. Like, Sephiroth came out and people were excited for Sephiroth, but he wasn't actually that great, all things considered. Then Pyre and Mythic came out and not as many people were excited about that, but then they were really good and they got a lot of hate. They were the annoying characters for the day. Like, oh man, Pyre and Mithra, more like boring and snoring. Fuck these characters. So lame. And they were really good, so, you know, it is what it is. They were good characters, so what can you do? But they were getting all the heat. And then the grand reveal at the end with the last DLC character, and it was fucking Sora, and everybody popped off. Everybody being anyone but me. And then he came out, and people were like, this is a weird fucking character. And now he is an extremely fringe pick, but he's not bad, I think. He's just kind of a weirdo. That's all. He's just kind of weird. Let him be weird, I guess. But then after that, when the dust kind of started settling, these motherfucking Steve players started doing really well. Like, who's this guy who I've never heard of playing Steve? And then it happened again, and then it happened again, and then it happened again, and then a bunch of people were playing Steve, and they were getting results, and people are like, hold the fuck up, what's going on here with Steve? Why is he doing so well? Now, the funny thing about Steve, is there's actually a tech in the game. There's a tech in the game that is not used by them because they didn't want to. It's a pretty good idea to not use it. It's called the Phantom MLG. This tech was discovered it was discovered afterwards, but basically I don't remember exactly how the tech worked, but I can tell you what it did. The tech was able to remove. Why am I not going fast enough? It's because of the wind. Yo, someone turn this wind off. Turn this fucking wind off. Anyway, Phantom MLG tech was a technique that Steve could do where he could effectively just interrupt hit stun and cancel it. That's what he did. Or what he could do. I don't know exactly how it worked. I think it had something to do with him placing blocks. But he could effectively just cancel hit stun and then freely act with no repercussions. And that's really strong. If you can believe it. Being able to completely cancel hit stun and just turn a disadvantage into immediate advantage is kind of powerful. So they outlawed the tech. They said, don't use this tech at our tournaments. But obviously that's a hard thing to properly enforce. However, Steve players didn't really even bother using the tech because, well, at this point in time, there were definitely a lot of people who were saying, ban Steve, he's awful for viewership, I hate this character, he's broken, he's gotta go. But this happens for every character. Every character's gotta get banned because they're all better than me. But this was a legitimate argument towards the character's ban at this point in time. This was a thing that he could do where he could just ignore a fundamental rule of the game if he wanted to. He could just do that. So the Steve players didn't use it. They did not use the tech. Because if they did, well, their character is definitely going to get banned. And they couldn't have that. That reminded me, actually. Here's something funny that happened. There was a patch in Smash 4. I forget which one it was. I think it was 1.0.7 was the patch. But there was a patch that came out that accidentally broke Diddy Kong. And what I mean by that, I mean that quite literally. They introduced a bug somehow. And what it did was it made it that if Diddy Kong... I can't remember exactly what you had to do to get it to work, but it was not hard for your opponent to accidentally activate it. But basically what it did was it prevented Diddy Kong from getting grabbed. Ever. I don't know exactly what caused it or how, but it made Diddy intangible to grabs, so you couldn't interact with him. This fucking wind is not stopping. And they put out an emergency patch that fixed that bug. It's pretty rare that Nintendo does that, by the way. They don't very often put out emergency patches to correct things like that. But Diddy Kong was in a state where he actually just straight up was broken because he could just not ever get grabbed if a certain scenario played out in the game, and it was a scenario that was really easy to have happen. I don't even remember what it was exactly, but it was the kind of situation that you would expect in a neutral scramble. You'd have to look into it a bit more, but it didn't last very long, and obviously the Diddy players were like very worried because their character just randomly became like unplayable in the sense that like they're gonna be banned. Like that character offers an extremely unfair competitive advantage in the current state it's in, so there's no way any tournament would actually allow Diddy Kong to be played in that state. So Diddy Kong was tentatively on the ban list, and then Nintendo released the patch to fix it, and everything was a-okay again. So, you know, we were all good. But that really didn't happen very often. I think that's the only time that they actually did that. And I can't remember exactly what caused it. They might have done some universal change or something like that, and it affected Diddy Kong specifically. I can't remember. Every now and again, some character had an aspect to them that was kind of like silly, and they would correct them over patches. However, they were never quite sure how to make characters good or bad. Well, I shouldn't say that. They knew how to make characters good-ish, but Nintendo's balancing for characters was very frustrating. Because what they do is they give bad characters better frame data, but better frame data wasn't really what they needed. Like Ganondorf. Ganondorf got a bunch of increases in power, knockback, and frame data and cooldown. But none of the patches adjusted, like, none of the patches addressed his core issues as a character. which was the fact that he was Ganondorf. So I know there's only so much you can do with Ganondorf, but there were a lot of characters who received various buffs that were just things like that because they just didn't know how to make him better. And Ganondorf never actually became better. He never really changed in placement. He just now was a little stronger. Now a little less laggy. That's it. But there were characters who did receive significant buffs and actually altered their placement on tier lists. The biggest one being Mewtwo. Mewtwo went from a bottom 5 character to a top 10 character. Marth was another good example. Marth received a bunch of buffs throughout the course of Smash 4 that turned him into... Actually, I don't remember how good Marth was in the beginning. I think most people played Lucina, though. Because why play Marth when you can play the more consistent Lucina? But they made a bunch of changes to Marth. I think they made his tippers better, both in like their strength, their range, general things. Like Marth ended up gaining a really good jab. He had a really good jab, one that comboed all kinds of crazy shit. So he became a pretty good character. And Marth's cool. People like Marth. You know why? Because Marth is basically a Smash Brothers character. Marth is the first main character of Fire Emblem. And he was randomly put in there. He was randomly put in there in Smash 4, or Smash Melee, with Roy. Roy sucks. But Marth was a good character. And Marth and Captain Falcon are both kind of like these characters that, you know, they represent their series. Fox, too, is to a certain extent. Fox and Falco, I think. Because Star Fox is not a series that's really, like, you know, we don't really do anything with that anymore. But Fox is always going to be in Smash Bros. Because he was part of the original 12. I think I agree with that. I agree with that because I think Lucina is extremely boring. But I think Marth is very exciting. And it's like, Lucina is literally just Marth without tippers. And then that right there explains it perfectly. Let me through. Oh, I need badges. Okay. Like, if Lucina hits you, it's like, okay, whatever. She's really boring. She's very simple. And she's good. But what makes Marth exciting is getting tippers. Getting tippers gets you jollies. You get them big jollies when you hit those tippers. So people love seeing the tippers get hit. But then the character, if she's just swinging aerials like Lucina, the character is a snooze fest. Oh, I can't run from a fucking durian. Okay. Okay. That's how I feel about them. Marth's not very good in Smash Ultimate. But Lucina is quite good. But I don't like watching Lucina that much because I think Lucina is extremely bland. Like, she's really just Sword the character. She just swings her sword with all her aerials. Nothing truly exciting about her. But with Marth does it because the goal is to hit the tippers. So you, like, hitting his tippers means your spacing is really good. So there's an extra factor of it that, you know, players can appreciate. Like, oh, he's hitting tippers? That means he's spacing really well. And hitting tippers, it just feels good anyway. Like, the reward you get from sound effects, especially in Smash 4, was really hot. Smash 4's tipper, like F Smash, that move sounded like you were gonna die at 50. But in Ultimate, for some reason, they changed it, and it just sounds like Ike's. Like, it literally just sounds like Ike's F Smash when you hit the tipper, and it's like, that's not what the tipper's supposed to do. Because it's making the sound of a bludgeoning weapon, essentially, which is not how the tipper's supposed to be. The tipper's supposed to be fine, a very fine point. Alright, let's do this. No, melee tipper isn't that good. I mean, tipper down air is, because tipper down air was a spike, but tipper F smash was only really going to kill you at 40 if your DI was atrocious. It's still a good move, though. Marth is a good character in Melee for a lot of reasons. But I like watching him in Melee, because like I said, watching somebody hit tippers is very impressive. So Marth can, like, keep up with a lot of the nonsense in the game. A lot of the good characters in Melee, I think, are fun to watch. But yeah, Marth just kind of became, why are you level 41? Huh? I don't understand why you're level 41. Didn't we, like, just have a battle a little while ago? That said, I'm getting me Sword Stance out. Thunderwave? I don't give a fuck. I'm slow as shit. So yeah, Marth is predominantly a Smash character. And Marth was in Brawl as well. And Brawl Marth was pretty cool. Because Brawl Marth wasn't, like, egregious or anything like that. He was a solid character with good matchups against, like, everybody. Except Meta Knight. But that's, you know, it's Meta Knight. But he had a lot of cool things about him. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna get through that Reflect. Watch this. Statussi Restore. Paralyze Heal. I'd feel worse about using items if it wasn't for this thing being level 41 in my face and thinking that that's okay. Alright, perish now. Why are you alive? I don't know why you're alive. Whatever. Bro. You better use a Hyper Potion too. Damn, he just wanted me dead. Alright. He ain't putting his Reflect back up. Yeah. Get him out of here. Bring in the next one. Absol. Oh, you might kill me, but you also might not. I don't believe. Yeah, that won't kill me. Oh, you have a life orb. And now you're dead. Goodbye. Vaporeon? Alright. Die. And a crit. I don't know if that mattered though. Chestnut? Not really afraid of you. I hope I get fully paired. Didn't die, bitch. You won't do it again. Tanky boy. That's fine. I'm sure I can kill a chestnut. I'm sure I can kill a chestnut. Psycho Killer. C-bomb? Doesn't matter. That did a lot, actually. Lucky. What's left? Night Slash? I guess. Sure, why not? Can't much else. Dragonair. Snake Battle, okay. There you go. My snake's better. Oh, well, maybe not. Who knows? You know, I wish Captain Falcon was better. It's not even like Captain Falcon is bad in Ultimate. He's just kind of old. He's an old man. He's not as exciting as he used to be. That's really all it is. It's better than he was in Brawl. Brawl Captain Falcon was Brawl Captain Falcon was not doing it. He was a character and a half. It's weird. A lot of the characters that were good in Melee, they looked at them in Brawl and they were like, how about never again? Marth got away. He escaped. He was still a fine character. He wasn't bad. Fox, I don't think, was terrible. Falco was far from terrible. Falco was a bit of an asshole, though. That's for sure. Certified asshole character. But Jigglypuff was... You got grass types, huh? I don't have Fire Punch on you. I have Ice Punch. Yeah, wait, that works. Okay. Alrighty. Jigglypuff was never allowed to be good again. Ice Climbers, also, that character is, it's one of those characters that probably shouldn't have existed. Because that character, it was an idea. That character was an idea. An idea got horribly wrong. Hey, what if we have a character that's two characters in one? Hey, that sounds great, Sakurai. Let's try it. And then we found the signature technique where you grab with one and you alternate jab and pummel. And you can keep them permanently in your hand. And it's called wobbling. And it was... Am I gonna die to that? No, but I basically did. Damn, you died to that. Wobbling was a mechanic. Sucker Punch. Nice. And in Brawl, Ice Climbers didn't have wobbling, but they had handoffs, which were essentially the same thing, because you could kill somebody off of them. Hell, even in Smash, to a certain degree, they can do the same thing, but it's much harder for them to do it in that one. Anyway, I think Ice Climbers is a weird character, because they've proven how good they can be, time and time again. They're not super good in Ultimate, but again, they can still they can still hit you with their brand of bullshit. Make no mistake about that. They still be doing their bullshit. But it's not as cut and dry as it used to be. Wobbling was silly. I don't play Melee. So, a lot of people have more opinions on wobbling, or stronger opinions on wobbling than me. But in my opinion, I'm not really sad that it's gone. I like how some people think that wobbling only got banned because Mango would lose to it more often than any other top player. And you know people love Mango. He the GOAT, greatest of all time. So him losing to wobbling all the time. People want that ban, so it meant more Mango in top 8. But then, Mewtwo King didn't like wobbling either. And then Mewtwo King got wobbled once and he got very sad. He got very sad when he got grabbed. And he knew it was coming. And some people think that the nail in the coffin was when an unranked Ices player beat Axe in tournament. Because Axe Axe is like Amsa. They're two players that it's hard to root against them because everybody just likes them. The mid-tier heroes that they are, but they're like they just seem like they love the game they play and they love the character they play. So you can't help but, like, you know, their enthusiasm is contagious. So beating a player like that with a degenerate strategy, that's like, I don't know, man, it's like watching your puppy get kicked. It's just awful. You just don't want to be a part of it. You're just sitting there like, please stop kicking my dog. I don't like this. Cease immediately. But that's what wobbling axe did. It made everybody sad. Now, of course, I can't talk about early Smash too much because I wasn't around. I didn't start playing anything competitive-wise until, like, midway through Smash 4. So I don't have much to say to that. But things like Smash boards and early Brawl and all that, those all existed. Those did all exist. There was also the Smash Backroom, which, if you know anything about competitive stuff, there's usually a conglomerate of people who are deemed, like, good enough to be part of this group. They become part of the group that makes decisions. But then, you know, competitive decisions, sometimes they're fueled by personal desires. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, let's say top player A is part of the group of, you know, good players. They're the ones that are on the council of I make decisions for the entire metagame. You can think of Pokemon as well. Pokemon's the same way to a certain degree. Pokemon's similar. But they're the ones that make the decisions on what is considered competitive or what isn't, and yada 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 yada. You get, you know, you fucking get the point. But let's say that one of those players in that group loses to something. And suddenly, we are now taking a look at the competitive integrity of strategy that beat me. Now, I may sound like I'm being a bit of a fucker, but you'd be surprised how, like, close to the truth this actually is. Things are often tested or considered when they are seen being awful and the highest caliber of play. The reason Duck Hunt got banned in Smash 4 was because of the Bayonetta player who jumped into the top of the tree and refused to engage. And there was nothing that his opponent could do but watch as Bayo just stood in the tree. And that got the stage ban. Chat, did you ever see the story of Hyrule Castle 64? The only other legal stage in Smash 64 for a long time, and why it got banned? So, this is a fun story. It's actually referenced in Deltarune, if you can believe it. But there were two players. I forget the name of one player, but he's the turtle in Undertale that runs the store is named after him. Whatever the turtle shopkeeper in Undertale's name is, that's the name of the player involved. I can't remember his name, though. So this is player one. Oh, shit. Gerson, yes. Gerson versus Isai. This is the matchup. Gerson and Isai. So, they were playing in a tournament, and I forget where exactly, but the state that they were playing in question had Hyrule Castle 64 legal. And there were a lot of people saying that that stage shouldn't be legal. Also, Smash 64 doesn't naturally have a timer in stock matches, if you didn't know. So, stock games had to be played until somebody lost all their stocks. No time. Nowadays, modern Smash 64 has a mod that adds a timer to its stock mode. So it's okay in that regard. But anyway, back then, it didn't. So, this tournament has this stage legal, and there are a lot of people, there are people who think that the stage should not be legal in any capacity. Alright, I'm switching out because you're being a bitch. This stage should not be legal, and there's all kinds of reasons for it, but some places just don't want to give it up. So, sometimes a motherfucker has to prove a point. Alright? So what happened was Isai and Gerson, they sit down to play. They go game 1 on Hyrule Castle 64. And Gerson does not engage. He gets a lead. He does not engage. I don't know how long that game goes on for. There's a good video on this. I think GR Smash made it. But he is camping. He is camping. He is not engaging. And Isai is not happy. He is not happy. But then... I think he wins game 1. I think Gerson wins game 1. I don't remember how long the match took. But he wins game 1. And after that, he should probably just Mega Evolve. They go back to Hyrule Castle 64. Yes, thank you. It was Super Boom Fan in the Peru tournament. That's the one. That's the one I'm thinking. Isai, I think, was something else. But Super Boom Fan and Gerson play. Pretty sure Gerson wins game 1. And then they go back to Hyrule Castle 64. And this time, Super Boom Fan gets a lead. And he goes all the way up to the top of Hyrule Castle 64. And he does not engage. I think that game took 40 minutes. Or something like that. Because there's no timer. And Boom was not approaching. He refused to approach. He didn't want it. He had no reason to. He had no reason to. Because he was winning. And the logic dictates that if you're behind, you're the one who has to approach. The onus is on you. So Boom does not approach. And eventually, Gerson gets frustrated. And he loses a lot of exchanges. And then finally, Boom wins game 2. And what happens? Because Boom, at this point in time, Boom is a really avid naysayer of Hyrule Castle 64. He thinks the stage should not be allowed. And he said his reasons. And he set out to fucking prove his reasons. And that's what he was doing today. So, they're going to game 3. And Gerson offers a gentleman to Boom, saying that they don't have to play on 64. They don't have to play on Hyrule Castle. They can play on another stage. And Boom does not take him up on that. He says, nope. We're playing Hyrule Castle 64. So they play game 3 on Hyrule Castle 64. And it's more of the same from game 2. I believe that best of 3 took 1 hour and 15 minutes to complete. He proved his point. He made a best of 3 go for over 1 hour. That's... Anyway, after he did that, Hyrule Castle 64 was probably still legal in Peru for a while. But I think most regions got the point that, yeah, if you're gonna have that stage legal, you can do this. And you can ruin a TO's entire day. Because they have a schedule to keep. And you have to engage. And you can't run away forever. But you can. Now, it's funny. I've been watching a lot of Coney videos recently. So I've been watching a lot of like history and Smash stuff that he's been watching as well. And there was one I watched recently about ice climbers and what wobbling made players do. And they mentioned a moment that happened where the way the video opened, they talked about a glitch that you could like you could do to make the NPCs essentially not move until you made a move yourself, so you could force a stalemate against AI. And the reason that was a relevant thing to bring up was because there was a matchup in particular between a Jigglypuff and an Ice Climbers where both players refused to engage. So I think what would happen was the Jigglypuff would get a lead and then would just not engage the Ice Climbers, because why would I want to fight Ice Climbers? But what happened was that both of them stopped moving. They both stopped moving. So the strategy that was cooked up there was, even though both of them aren't moving, one of them is still winning, but they're not engaging. So what happened was a TO... Yeah, Michael versus Bananas, that's the one. What ended up happening was neither of them were engaging for the entire game. Like, they weren't engaging for the entire game. And they had to play I think they had to play a one-stock sudden death or something for some reason. I can't remember exactly the specifics, but I do remember that neither of them were approaching. Because what would happen was, like, if Jigglypuff got the lead, Jigglypuff would be fucking out of there, disappear, gone like lightning, you'd never catch her again. So this time, they both didn't engage. Neither of them moved. So the TO comes over, and he goes, alright, if you don't engage, you're DQ'd. This motherfucker bet it all on it. There's a tweet on it as well. He even made a tweet. I'm not dead to that. Okay, I am dead to that. I didn't think I died to that. Why do you even know Rock Slide? What a random ass fucking move for you to learn. Oh man. Whatever. Sucker punch him. He forced his opponent to engage with him by getting the TO to come over and basically threaten to disqualify. And it worked. It fucking worked. So this is what wobbling did to people. It brought out the worst. It brought out the worst in humankind. That's what it did. It made us all lesser people. Because people didn't want to play with it. Sometimes people would just like I said, like, there were people who, when they got a lead on Ice Climbers, they just refused to play the game anymore. And it's like, sometimes you don't even really feel bad for the Ice Climber player. Because think about what it's like to be on the other end of that. You're playing the game, and you're playing the game that's known for being fast and APM heavy, right? You're clicking fast, and you fight a character who grabs you once and just completely slows the game's pace to a crawl, but then they get a kill for it, and you die. So, instead of losing to that, I was hoping you'd be the Sandy Cloak. Oh well. Instead of losing to that, some players get so upset over it that they'll get the lead. I should have expected Giga Drain. They'll get the lead, they'll jump to the top platform, and they will not approach for the rest of the game because they have no reason to approach. The Ice Climbers is losing, they have to approach. But, it's hard for Ice Climbers to get on the top platform in a position where they can actually do anything without getting punished. Jigglypuff got an entire mechanic. Jigglypuff and Meta Knight. Scrooging and planking. They wanted to implement a ledge grab limit. And most of the time, the reason they want these things is because they don't like Jigglypuff. That's really what it comes down to. It's kind of sad, but they try to implement as many rules as they possibly could because they didn't like losing to Hungry Box. But Mewtwo King, before there was a ledge grab limit, would just do that. He would play like a complete lame-o and just constantly stay on the ledge. and keep getting invincibility, and you couldn't do anything about it because the way Melee's ledges work, there's just nothing you could do about it. But in Brawl, he did the same thing with Meta Knight. Grab the ledge, he would glide to the other side of Smashville, land on the platform, and then do it again. And he would just go back and forth like that. So they had to implement a rule on that as well. Meta Knight had another rule implemented on him as well, because there's a glitch where if he pressed down B and kept flicking the C stick, he would never re-emerge. So you could permanently stall. You could permanently stall in a state of invulnerability. And obviously that was banned. That was quite obviously banned. But the thing is, Brawl came out in 2009. Streaming technology, tournaments, seriousness, all kinds of different factors made it so if you played a tournament set, there's no guarantee that anyone is actually watching it. Which means, without a replay, which people did start saving, by the way. People started saving replays because if you didn't save the replay and you accused the Meta Knight of hitting you with the dimensional cape and nobody was around to see it, you were not winning that argument because, well, you needed proof, right? Accusing the Meta Knight you're fighting of cheating like that is like anyone could do that, but if you have proof to back it up, then yeah, okay. But people wised up to that. People wised up to that and started saving replays. So if the Meta Knight actually did do it, then it's like, alright, cool. The only thing that was important, though, was... Imagine this. I have no idea if anything like this happened, but I could imagine it potentially happening. Imagine, chat, you're playing in bracket. You're playing against the Meta Knight. This motherfucker does This motherfucker does the Phantom tech. He does the disappearing tech, and you're like, okay, so you save the replay. He sees you save the replay, but nobody else is around. So you get up and you go over to the TO and be like, hey, this motherfucker is doing that bullshit, and you bring a TO over. And he's like, you got proof? And he goes, yeah, I saved the replay. You go in the replay vault, and there is no replay in there because you just left your opponent alone. He clearly saw you save the replay, so he just went and did a little, just a little deletion. Just removed it. And he comes back, he goes, where's the replay? He's like, what replay, man? The replay, you didn't save no replay, man. And then where's your argument? You got nothing anymore. So, you get your ass up. You don't get your ass up, alright? You call your boy over. You tell him to sit the fuck down. Or you tell him to go get the TO for you or something. But you have witnesses, basically. You have witnesses. People would do anything to win. Brawl was land of the chain grabs, man. Land of the chain grabs. I thought this was funny. Again, I've been watching a lot of Coney. And Coney told a story about the time he had to play a really good DDD. Like, he had to play a DDD main in Brawl who was pretty good. But he wasn't as good as Coney. But DDD has a chain grab on DDD. So DDD can chain grab himself. And Coney didn't know how to do the chain grab. He didn't know how to do the chain grab on DDD. But his opponent did. So what he did was he asked his opponent to gentleman no chain grabs. And his opponent's kind of hesitant. And so Coney goes, come on, man. If he goes, if the chain grabs are allowed, I'm just going to chain grab you to death. Come on, we want to have a clean match here. He's bluffing out of his ass. I just got Giga impacted by a fucking Sharam. Unbelievable. He is bluffing out of his ass. It's like, nah, man, if you say yes chain grabs, then I'm just gonna chain grab you. I'm just gonna chain grab you. He goes, alright, fine, no chain grabs. And Coney wins 2-0 easy. Easy clap. So he bluffed his way out of that one. Because in Melee, Sheik's similar. This thing's got chlorophyll. That's alright, I got Shadow Sneak. Sheik has an infinite down throw on bad characters and also herself. So Sheik Dittos, people would often gentlemen no chain grabbing because chain grabbing on Sheik is, you know. So they would say, yo, gentleman's agreement, no chain grabbing, cool, alright, we'll play an honest match. But there were some Sheiks that didn't want to do that because, you know, they wanted to win and they wanted to use all the tools they could to win, no matter how grimy others considered it. I know Sweetest Delight was one of them. He was a Sheik player that never agreed to no chain grabbing because he wasn't as good of a player as the other Sheiks. So he wanted a way to beat them, with regardless of honor or integrity. But there was a particular set between Shroomed and Mewtwo King where they were doing Sheik Dittos, and they agreed no chain grabbing until Mewtwo King was down 0-2. He was down 2 games in a best of 5, and he tells Shroomed, I'm gonna start chain grabbing now. And then he reverse 3-0'd Shroom. Depressing. Let me in, damn it. I had to walk all the way down. I was hoping I could shortcut it. Yeah, Mewtwo King was one of those players as well. People love Mewtwo King because he's very unconventional. He was very unconventional. People liked watching him like win. People liked him. But he was a Grime Lord. He was a Grime Lord, 100%. He used every strategy he could to win. Planking, like scourging, all of that shit. He used all of it. But that particular story is kind of like, oh, okay. So he was like, okay, no chain grabs, and then he was down 2 games, and he was like, all right, we're chain grabbing now, and then he reversed 3-0'd, and it's like, all right, cool. I forget what it was exactly, but I remember he got into he had a set with Wobbles, which was the Ice Climbers players who he was the Ice Climber player who popularized the Infinite, which is why it's called wobbling. He was the one who popularized it. But Mewtwo King didn't, you know, Mewtwo King didn't like getting wobbled. Who does? But in order to not get wobbled, Mewtwo King would play like the absolute biggest lame wad you've ever seen. And to an extent, his play style is justified because wobbling is an easy way to die instantly, and not a lot of people want that to happen. But I remember like they played a match, and Wobbles said to him, like Wobbles lost, and he said to Mewtwo King, he told him like, okay. He said you can play the game however you want. That's fine, but I don't ever want to hear you complain, like whine about wobbling ever again. So Wobbles was upset because he couldn't grab Mewtwo King and kill him with a one-touch death. And Mewtwo King was playing the game in a way that was so uninteractive that it made the Ice Climbers players mad. And to be honest with you, I don't really know the circumstances of the set, but I gotta say, if the alternative to not playing like a massive jackass is getting grabbed once and losing your stock, I'd rather play like a massive jackass. Wobbling doesn't seem very fun to me. And I don't care if somebody says, I'm going to wobble you, and then you play in a way that prevents them from wobbling you, and they're like, man, you play like a bitch. What do you even say to that? What do you even say to that? Like, damn, man, sorry I didn't run into you and get grabbed and lose my stock for free. So sorry. I'll think about it next time, you know, when we're playing. I'll make sure to run in and try to shield grab you, and then find myself in a grab and lose a stock instantly for it. That'd be very considerate. Thank you. I'd appreciate that. I don't have a very strong opinion on wobbling because I don't play the game. But I can say one thing. I don't care that it's gone. I really don't care that it's gone. Shit did not deserve to really be there anyway, in my opinion. Alright, Yomo. Wait, can Mawa learn Swords Dance? Right? Maybe. Ooh, okay. Oh, we're being cheesy today. Oh, we're being cheesy today. Alright. Cheese Lord time. See what I can do. I don't even know what this guy's gonna lead with. Give it a shot. Here we go. Don't do that with scissors. Yeah, welcome to this guy. He's a gym leader, I guess. Extremely forgettable. Ramos. Ferrothorn, huh? This might actually be advantageous. I don't have Fire Punch, but it doesn't have anything that can hurt me, I don't think. Gyro Ball might hurt a little bit. Oh wait, it's gonna Leech Seed me. It's kind of problematic, actually. That doesn't matter. Maybe this isn't the best Pokemon to set up on. Okay, Thunder Wave, Stealth Rock. I'm gonna make this Pokemon pay. Iron Head. Okay. Should have bought more potions. Alright, game time. And now I have +2 Sucker Punch. What am I gonna do with it? Well, first we're gonna heal. Then we're gonna cure the para. Alright. And now, kill switch engage. Oh. HP doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I'm clicking Sucker Punch. Die. Goodbye. You're dead. That's 2. Wild Charge. The fuck? Why? Sure. Why not? You deserve it. I don't know why you're learning that, but okay. Torterra? I'm faster than a Torterra, right? This is risky. I'm not faster than a Torterra. I don't know how I'm not faster than that thing. Well, this is awkward. You go Vice Punch. Well, you're faster. That's okay. Alright. He's gonna potion is the thing. I just took half my HP to that. Wow, that did 5. 5 damage. 5 whole damage. That's unnecessary. That was unnecessary. How the fuck was I not faster than this thing? Well, I'm dead no matter what. I was kind of impressed I lived. He ain't dead. Not to that recoil. I wonder if Sucker Punch killed. Maybe it does. We'll have to try it next time. Alright. The only reason I'm not restarting it is because I wanted to keep the EXP. Well, I took that kind of well. That did no damage. That did literally 0 damage. That's fine. Hit it with a gleam. No chance. Big recoil. I lost. Take my money. Okay. Well, now the question is, does Sucker Punch kill it? I don't know how I wasn't faster than it. I'm gonna buy some shit. 11 hyper potions. 11 Purrs heals. 3 antidotes. 4 awakes. 4 burn begons. 5 full cure. Amazing. I don't think I needed to buy those, actually. Alright, well, we're gonna try and cheese them again. I have no remorse. No remorse. Cheese Lord, Cheese Lord. I'm gonna go press Sucker Punch 5 times. Actually, I wonder if the crit mattered on Ferrothorn. That's kind of worrying if it is. If the crit mattered, then I might die. Shit. Oh well. Let's find out the hard way. Together. As a team. Isn't this fun? This gym really just kind of pops up in your face, huh? It's like, hey, check this shit out. I guess we're going this way. Literally just beat Corina. You surf across the water, and then you get a new gym right away. Guess what happens after this, chat? That's right. You go back to Lumiose, and there's another gym there. You do that one. I don't know how to beat electric types. I'll figure that out when I get there. Alright. Here we are. Okay. Cineroar is not my favorite Pokemon, no. I actually think I need to find a better Pokemon to set up on than Ferrothorn. Let me see. I like Incineroar, but I like him as a Smash character more than a Pokemon. I thought he was dumb before I played him in Smash. No. Blood is unisex. It's like dude. It's like the word dude. Start calling people bloodette, you deserve a bludgeoning. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna click the flame wheel move, and we're gonna go pa-ba-boom! And do 5 damage. Hey, not bad. And you're gonna Thunder Wave or Stealth Rock. Okay. Let's go, milk. Yeah. No! No! Why? You bitch. You know what? If I burn you... If I burn your ass, though... Why are you faster than me? That doesn't even make sense. I have no idea. This thing's gotta die. I'm gonna put it in range to get ice punched so it won't, you know. It won't potion. That's perfect. That's perfect. Stop. Stop! Thank you. It's, yeah, he's gonna go into... He's gonna go into potion. Actually, if he goes to potion, it's fine. If he potions, that's okay, because this is a 2-hit KO. Hell, I could probably get away with Swords Dance. Well, Swords Dance would be risky. This might actually, with a bad roll, this might not kill. Okay, it does, so... Swords Dance would have been good. If I had it still. That'll help in the future as well. That's helpful. Ludicolo. Oh boy. It only hurts a little. Die. Problem. It didn't even need a rain dance. Oh, if I crit, I kill it, but it's swift swimming now, so... Critty. And still critty. Miss. I needed to miss. I think I win if it misses. But if it doesn't miss, I'm giga fucked. I'm alive? How? Oh, ran out of hydro pumps. Is it gonna... I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm gonna click sucker. Okay. Oi, oi, oi. Sceptile. I don't know what the Sceptile has, but it refused to send it in until while I was here. I'm sure a +2 will be enough to kill a Sceptile. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright. Go, 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 go! This ain't gonna kill, though. Oh, would it with attack up. Unfortunately, I'm dead to Earthquake. Okay. And you're probably gonna wood hammer me. Can almost assure that. Oh, that's worse. Okay. No big deal. It's no big deal. Maybe I just go for the... Maybe I try the cheese. Maybe I try the Swords Dance cheese again with Pharaoh Thorn. I got 5 suckers. So 1 sucker for everybody. Except the last Pokemon, I guess. I could sucker Pharaoh, but... I don't know. Ice Punch killed. It was a crit, though. I don't have a PP up either. So +1 sucker kills Sceptile from full. I'm sure +6 sucker kills Torterra. I'm choosing to believe that will happen. We're gonna find out. I just have to be careful because if I hit Ferrothorn and I chip myself down into oopsie %, then I die because I take 25% to Iron Head, which you can't miss, and I take 25% to landing the physical contact move. There's no way around that, though. And then if I kill it, I can kill it with Larvesta, but like, then he just sends in Torterra, and then I'm back to problem. I'm back to the problem because I don't have a better Pokemon to set up on. The physical attackers, I have Earthquake, and the special attackers are still fairly strong. So I need to set up on the Ferrothorn. Alright, try one more time! Hey, one more time! Exquisite. Welcome back, champ. It's me again, your old pal. Vamiros. Estabo. Well, I get 2 turns, because he's gonna Thunder Wave and Stealth Rock in that order. Do I need the +3? I don't know. I don't want to be paralyzed, though. If I get fully parried, I lose. This is overkill attack. Okay. Yo, it didn't put rocks up. Oh, because it knew it was going to crit me, of course. It fucking knew it was going to crit me, so it Iron-Headed me. Maybe he knows my strategy. I'm pretty confident I'm dead in 1 hit anyway. But like I said, I need to have enough HP to survive the Iron Barbs. Need to get rid of the Para. Yeah, check out my bag of items, Ramos. Why do you click rocks there? What? Not that I'm complaining, it helps me, but why? Alright, please die to this. Okay, it does die without a crit. And now we sucker punch everything with our 52 HP. Oh boy, here I go. Streamer's playing the game again. One down. Man, Sucker Punch is a real belligerent move. I am so confident this will kill you now. So confident. Please. Okay, baby. We in there. We in there. I can't believe +6 with huge power is killing things in one hit. Isn't that crazy? Who saw that coming? Go, goat. What is blood doing? What is blood doing? The competitive integrity has been ruined. Imagine this on the big stadium. They're cheering, whoa, 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 they're having a great time, and then I'm here, and I just use Swords Dance. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, you got hit? Come here, let me get you a potion. Come here, take this potion. Alright, get back in there and Swords Dance again. Oh, shit, you got hit? Here, come get this potion. Alright, Swords Dance again. Now, Sucker Punch every single Pokemon on the opposing team. Yep. Just fucking left hook out of nowhere. Ba-ba-booey. Have a great time. This is your last. Oh. You think I'm scared of you? You probably have Earthquake. Die. Eat shit. Eat shit. Mawile the best. Undefeatable Pokemon. A team effort. Power Trick? Why the fuck are you learning Power Trick? No. No, I don't want to learn Power Trick. Skill-based matchmaking comes through again. I'm best friends with my Mawile because it beat your ass with cheating. You believe in your Pokemon, they believe in you too. Yeah, Sprout, yeah. I earned that badge, chat. I simply played the game the way the game expected me to play it, and I was rewarded. It's Pokemon after all. Game didn't say I couldn't use items. But streamer, you're always against using items. I sure am. I am when it's actually fair. But this isn't fair. That Go-Goat was level 45. Why is it level 45? The last gym leader's best Pokemon was level 36. The last gym leader was a town over. Why did the levels jump by 10? You think I'm gonna grind? Fuck you. You don't let me grind. You extremely inhibit my EXP gain. Because you hate me. You hate the player. Fuck you. So I played by my rules. I took control of the game. And I came out a winner. And my chat is proud. They're proud of me and my gameplay. I see it right there. You can't see it, but I can see it. The pride they feel in their streamer. Winning. Through any means necessary. The end justifies the means here, chat. Easy clap. But we're done. Say goodbye to Exodia. The stream is over. I beat 2 gym leaders today through the most balanced strats imaginable. So, next time I play this video game, chat, I will probably lose to Clement. And then I will try to do exactly what I just did to Clement, or what I just did to Ramo to Clement. That's the plan. Alrighty. I'll see you then.